okay, no problem. So, no,
I still had no idea.
she had no idea. I'm on her mic, and we're there, we're like, okay, we're doing the scene and everything, and they ask, are you ready? And all of a sudden, Stephanie and I turned into being about 12 years old. We're both like, checking the clothes, the breath, everything. And after the first...
Everyone was doing it. It was the New Year's episode. Like, everyone had to kiss.
That's what I was saying. Hey, everyone's doing it.
You guys were just first.
Lagan didn't get to kiss anyone.
Not fair. So we kissed, and it was amazing. I thought from an audio standpoint. Technical standpoint.
I'm still embarrassed.
And I did, but however, I said, are you sure we got it? Are you sure we don't need one more? Just for safety. And her husband is like a bajillion degree black belt in Krav Maga. I'm not
I
gonna
did
get.
not know about this until right now.
And I see you taking this with your phone, so could you please put that down? Could you just lower the phone, sir? Because I like my face the way it is. Okay? Could you? Okay.
And you got paid for this, Jason.
Yeah, and on top of that, there was a paycheck in it for me. But it's being in the moment has never been as enjoyable.
So professional.
End of story.
Yeah, right here. Right here.
Alright, Mr. Weissman, big fan, Paul thinks it's gargoyle. We had so many guys from the gargoyle cast do young justice. Like you had Queen Bee, Ramona, you had Excellent, you did Clarion. Is there ever like a chance or like maybe you wrote a script somewhere like a gargoyle meets young justice?
Well, what was it, like 3 or 4 years ago, we did a radio play of Gargoyles Meet Spectacular Spider-Man at the last Gargoyles convention. And this summer in Minneapolis, this coming summer in Minneapolis at Convergence, we're doing a sort of convention within the convention for the 20th anniversary of Gargoyles. And I haven't written the script for the radio play yet, but Gargoyles meets Young Justice meets Spider-Man meets Witch meets Roughneck Starship Troopers meets Star Wars Rebels. Yeah, Black Manta.
There'll be a lot of kissing.
Black Manta. Mark and I wrote this hilarious script as a short for DC Nation called Black Manta Celebrity Hot Tub, which we loved and thought was hilarious, and for whatever reason Warner Brothers passed on.
Warner Brothers says, you can't put white people in water. No one wants to see.
So,
Yuri and I have decided we're doing that.
We don't care what Warner Brothers says or what you say, Greg. We're making that shit.
it was hilarious. Really, it's maybe one of the funniest things I've ever written, which is why, of course, it will never see the light of day. Yeah, over there.
Well, as actors, I don't think that we're ever going to that work. So, I mean, we're doing something that it's
Wait, Josh, repeat the question?
He was asking if, since we've done a lot of superhero voices, if when something like that comes up, if we kind of go with that flow and go for that role again, or if we ever want to go and try something new, maybe so as not to be typecast. And again, I think that the typecasting thing is as much of a danger in voiceover because you can change voice, because you can do so many different things. it's different when you're on camera. You look a certain way, and makeup can only go so far. But yeah, how can you ever get tired of playing superheroes?
There's also another term for typecasting. It's called being employed.
Yes.
Well, Nick, do you ever get tired of playing villains?
I really want to play a villain. I haven't played any villains yet.
Now, because on camera you were the heavy guy.
Yeah.
You know,
I think the key to playing a good villain is that the villain doesn't think he's a villain.
Well, and I think that was one of the things that was fun about Sportsmaster. You know, he felt like he was doing right by his daughters. You know, he was being tough with them, and that would be good for them. And that was one of the things that made the character really cool for us.
I would say, I find that a lot of the roles that I've been doing for voiceovers always seem to have attitude. I don't know if it's superhero that gets cast. Does anyone play Call of Duty? So I'm Misty, which she has complete attitude and maybe a twang. I mean, but it's like, not that she's like Artemis, but you know, I draw into that same kind of vein inside me that just has to, you know, dig at someone for whatever reason. So, which I've tamed in my real life a lot, so that I can have friends. Yeah, you're just yeah, I like being employed too. I would love to play a nice, sweet girl.
It's the Jason Stephanie comedy show. Yeah, the one who looked back and didn't believe I was pointing at her. Yeah.
Hi! I know you said questions, but is there any chance you guys could do like a short soundbite for an alarm or like a ringtone or something? I don't know.
All of us right now.
That wouldn't be short.
I don't know how practical that is. Let's all shout Neptune's beard on 3. Ready? Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Neptune's beard!
I love all you guys. I love your show. I want to say that, but
It's time for the caveat.
I think you guys try really hard, but
Captain Caveat.
We sort of intentionally did not. We knew that he wasn't going to speak in the episode to some extent because we couldn't afford yet another actor in that episode. There was something like 22 actors in that one episode alone. And that's not even a record for me. So we just decided that was a season 3 issue and we deal with it then. You know, it's tough because we had Kevin playing Black Beetle, we had Keith David playing Mongol, we had Phil, we had Kevin Michael Richardson. It's getting tough to start topping ourselves in terms of, okay, who then plays Darkseid? And the question sort of exploded our brains, so we just put it on hold. Yeah, right there.
how did you start with that?
Me personally? I used my position to force myself on shows that I was producing. So anyone want to, down there, like, Vanessa, you haven't said anything. Let's make Vanessa talk.
Compassion, and she took me on. That was in 1997. I took a ton of classes. I still take classes. It's like golf. You just got to keep on playing. You got to keep learning what's relevant, what's current. Social media is changing. Someday, yeah, no, it's always fun to keep learning. So playing different superheroes. We had worked together on Spider-Man as MJ, and we kept trying to take MJ and make her like a little bit older and professorial, I guess, to find Black Canary. And I played Wonder Woman in Justice League, the movie that came out, the DVD release that came out, whatever. And it is interesting how you have to dial in certain elements. I mean, she's sort of more Hellenic and bombastic as compared to Black Canary, who screams. But anyway, that's sort of the journey of voice acting, that you go from being a humble student to sort of executing these things, and it's an honor. And I'm a comic book geek, so what could be better? Sure.
Okay, we got time for one last question. Right here. Well, one thing that I think we were very much trying not to, we didn't want to take people who had played characters before, for example, on Titans or on Justice League or Justice League Unlimited, and have them play the same part. So, you know, Phil was fantastic in Justice League Unlimited, but we intentionally didn't want him to play the same role he played in that show, but
And Static.
yeah, and Static too. Yeah. So we were trying to
bring back all my characters and give them another baby.
right. Oh, I got a list of 6 characters you played on this show. It's not like I didn't keep you busy. So on that level, we were trying to consciously dodge, because those shows were so great. We just didn't want people to be constantly comparing them. But otherwise, I mean, you played Aquaman. I don't even know who played Aquaman on Justice League.
Scott Rowan.
So I don't think you were. I don't even think that was
Well,
in
the thing
the.
is, the writing on the shows and the way the characters are conceived is different. And, you know, I mean, I think it would be harder to play a different Jon Stewart and then try to come up with a different voice. But, I mean, I didn't listen to Scott's Aquaman. I just read the script. And, you know, like I said, listening to what Cars, what Greg wanted. And then you create the character from there. I mean, did anybody else have to play characters that...
Wally West was Flash in Justice League and Kid Flash in Young Justice, but he wasn't doing Michael Rosenberg.
I mean, again, it was such a different time for him too.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 15-year-old kid as opposed to...
Yeah, unless we actually have to match somebody for a specific reason. I think as actors, a lot of us try to play against referencing somebody else's work, and we can really just try to take them up for a performance of character.
Or just make it sound like Adam.
Or make it sound like that. And Phil's absolutely right. I mean, just the tone of the material that we get is going to speak a lot to how a character should be.
I think what Phil said earlier is closer to the truth. In other words, with Kari being, in essence, our first Atlantean, Phil wasn't trying to match Kari's sound, or voice, I mean, but in playing Aquaman, he wanted to sound like he came from the same place, and when Yuri had to play Garth, or Kree had to play Tula, that was the same idea, that we just wanted to sound like they came from the same place, but no one was trying to match voices or anything like that. So I would say the Atlanteans were the closest thing we came to sort of like, oh, and maybe the Reach too. We had this sort of Eartha Kitt thing that we were going for everybody who was Reach. Like, if you can picture Kevin Grievous doing Eartha Kitt as Black people. Masasa Moyo as
You cannot.
as the Reach scientist was sort of doing an Eartha Kitt-esque thing, and we even asked Phil to sort of do a male right, just so they all sounded like they were coming from the same basic thing. And now I'm way over time. Anyway, I'd like to thank all these great people for joining us. And I'd like to thank all of you guys for coming. And what book are you going to buy on December 3rd? Reign of the Ghost, that's right, thank you, all right. Oh, Yeah, buy Young Justice Legacy, everybody. We have a place for signing.